are back here again. Gremlins got into our machine. We're going to re-rack, and in a moment we'll visit Minneapolis North. Bloomington Jefferson warming up now. They're to your left, and St. Cloud Tech to your right. Two excellent ball clubs. Alan Andreotti in his 13th year. Jack Evans, been at Bloomington Jefferson for 12 or 13 years. In fact, Jack won a state title in 1976 behind the great play of Steve Lingenfelder. No one will ever forget that championship game in 76. I can remember being here at the Civic Center myself watching Lingenfelder and Kevin McHale going at it. McHale at that time a senior at Hibbing, Lingenfelder at Bloomington Jefferson, and that night Lingenfelder had the upper hand, and the Jaguars won the 76 state championship. St. Cloud has been to this tournament 7 times, 1917, 21, 1923, 24, 29, 1980, and this year they were second in 1980. And this is the 4th state tournament for Jack Evans and Bloomington Jefferson. They also made it to the semifinals in the state hockey tournament before being ousted by the eventual champion, the Edina Hornets. Now we are re-racked and ready to go, and we will take that. We are back to the excitement of the 70th annual Minnesota State Boys High School Basketball Tournament. And here you have the story unfolding behind us. We have the board of all the scores as we see Chaska losing now to Duluth East 72-70 in triple overtime in a game that seemingly had 2 winners at various times. Because I can honestly say I really felt that Chaska was out of it in regulation time, but they came back, tied it up. Duluth East in overtime came back and tied it up. I mean, they looked like they were beaten. So you have to give a lot of credit to both coaches. In this game, Bloomington Jefferson, the Jaguars, they average 61 points a game. On defense, they give up 45 a game. They're out of the Lake South Conference. They're 21-1. And as I said, their 4th tournament, they have a 17-game winning streak. And the key player for them, without a doubt, is John Lynch. He is their best rounded player. He only averages 14 a game. He is supplemented in scoring quite a bit by junior Steve Hill, who is 6'5". And then St. Cloud Tech, 21-2. Alan Andreotti in his 13th year. As I said, this is their 7th tournament. And they were fortified by Dahlquist yesterday with 13 points. And a reserve who came in, Dave Imholt, who had a total of 16 as they breezed past St. Paul Central 61-41. Bloomington Jefferson had a rough time getting into the semifinals against unbeaten Minneapolis North, but it was the 4th quarter that did it. The Jaguars scored 26 points and won it by a total of 60-50. This is the 1982 Minnesota State High School Boys Basketball Tournament. Tom Ryder along with Dick Bramer back at the Civic Center in St. Paul, where a near-capacity crowd is still unwinding from that thriller. Dick, are you with me down there?
Yeah, Tom, I am. I find it necessary to try to put that game out of my mind, but I also find it impossible. The first game this afternoon, we referred to it during the game, wondering how many turnovers each team had, and we finally got the official stats. Teams played 41 minutes and each committed 11 turnovers, which is outstanding at high school ball.
The officials for today's game, Roy Ward out of St. Paul and Matt Bergen from Hibbing. And there you see the band from Bloomington Jefferson. There you have the officials. We go to the floor now, and Julie Pearl.
Starting with St. Cloud Tech, and will be introduced alternately at forward number 54, Joe Voigt. Bloomington Jefferson at forward 43, John Lynch. Forward number 42, Ken Dahlquist. Forward 55, Mark Nelson. Center number 50, Dave Imholt. Center number 35, Steve Hill. Guard 32, Dan Johnson. Guard number 11, David Kingery. Guard number 24, Jim Bott. Guard number 33, Greg Montbriard.
There you have it, short and sweet from Julie Pearl. Jefferson averaging 61 a game, giving up 45. St. Cloud Tech 58 a game. Or averaging 58 a game, giving up 43. Student enrollments. St. Cloud Tech just a little under 1,800. And Bloomington Jefferson, they are at 1,837. So they have a lot of similarities. They're similar size, similar records. Jaguars 21-1. St. Cloud Tech 21-2. And we're getting ready to go. We're all still trying to, as Dick so aptly put it, get that first game out of our mind, but how do you? Imholt will start for Tech, and they get it. Joe Voigt with the basketball. The Jefferson Jaguars play a 2-3 zone. That's been their trademark. The team not blessed with a lot of great individual performers, but as a team, they are superlative. Jump shot up, no good. Dahlquist, and the rebound is pulled out of there by Greg Montbriand, 5'11" senior. Great ball handler. Averages 11 points a game. Looks like a 1-3-1 zone. St. Cloud Tech was winning rather easily over St. Paul Central yesterday, 61-41. Good pass down under. Fadeaway shot. No good by Nelson, and that's what you call a jump ball. They had 3 players attached to the ball.
I think you heard Al Andreotti say, keep your hands up, keep your hands up. Both teams are probably going to go with zones most of the way here this afternoon.
They did not have Imholt listed as a starter. Tip is controlled. That's Kingery with the ball. Montbriand. John Lynch's father, Jake Lynch, is the assistant coach. That's Montbriand. Rebound scramble. Good-looking save by Kingery. Jefferson with the ball. No score. We've just opened up. AA semifinals. The winner will meet Duluth East tomorrow night for the AA championship. The old boxing announcers used to say. Turnover, and it goes to St. Cloud Tech. The Jaguars' only loss came to Burnsville by 1 point earlier in the season. St. Cloud Tech has lost 2 games, both to Wilmer, by 2 points and 3 points. And it'll belong to the Jefferson Jaguars.
You heard the call underneath. Don't push. We're getting good crowd noise here from the bench and from the floor. Players don't listen to that anyway. If you feel like pushing, you push.
Montbriand into Nelson, and what are we going to have? 3-second violation on Jefferson. Press employed by the Jaguars. A couple of veteran coaches here, wily veterans going after each other. There's a lob pass intended for Imholt. And a foul going to be called on number 35 for Bloomington Jefferson, Steve Hill. Steve had 23 points. He's a 6'5" junior. He averages 13 in a game.
I think we'll get a nice balance in this game from the offensive show we got in the first game. Both teams are very proud of their zone defenses.
They are defensive ball clubs, defensively oriented. And we have a foul going to be called on Imholt. He had 16 yesterday. He is not listed in the tournament information as being a starter, but he scored 16 yesterday against St. Paul Central and started today. Dahlquist had 13 for them against Central. We have no score. That's Hill. He got bumped, stepped on the line, and they'll go the other way. They're letting him play. You could hear that through the microphones. We have them strung all over down there. Squeaking into the front court there, Danny Johnson for St. Cloud Tech. The Tigers and the Jaguars.
Don't push! Don't push!
There's a drive and a charging foul.
25, Tim Lynch in for Bloomington Jefferson.
I think the foul may have been on Dahlquist.
Charging foul on Dahlquist. And again, we heard it underneath. Don't push, don't push. So the teams have gotten 2 warnings. I imagine next time down the floor, we'll hear a whistle instead of the official's voice.
That's Kingery. Little lob pass to Hill, and Jefferson leads 2-0. Not many people thought Jefferson would beat Minneapolis North last night. Everybody but Jefferson believed that. And boy, did they play a game. Pulling away in the last quarter with 26 points to win it by 10. Both of these teams well coached. Errant pass. Stevie Hill picks it off. Greg Montferrand. All of these kids coming up through their various community basketball programs. There's a good-looking shot by John Lynch. He is Jefferson's best all-around athlete on that basketball team. He's been a standout for years in the Bloomington area, in the Bloomington Athletic Association, and later in high school. There's good body control. A fine shot by Dan Johnson. He's only 5'10". He averages 10 a game. And Jefferson leads at 4-2 here in the early going. We have 3:40. This game, 3:40 left to go in the first quarter. Feed to Nelson. Set shot is a dandy by Montferrand.
Tech went over 4 minutes before getting their first basket.
Oh, all alone under there was Voigt. I think he turned around and had a little case of shock there. Nobody was in his way. Jefferson leading 6-2. They exemplify the word team. No particular individual standouts, but as a team, they've already proved they can play with anybody. They lost only 1 game, and they're on a 17-game winning streak.
Al Andreani wants a timeout.
And the timeout is given with a score, Jefferson 6, St. Cloud Tech 2. 2:51 remaining first quarter. Tom Ryther back here at the Civic Center, along with Dick Bramer. And Bloomington Jefferson leading 6-2 here in the early going. This game's a little bit remindful of the opening moments of the Chaska Duluth East game. Both teams just kind of slowly going after each other. Very well-disciplined ball clubs, and that usually makes for absolute craziness at the end. All alone and up and in is Joe Voigt, 6'5". That initial shot was fired up by Emholt. Voigt with good position on the boards. Tech, the taller of the two squads. There's a shot, is a beauty by John Lynch. He had 18 last night against the previously unbeaten Minneapolis North. Boy, you got a feel for Tony Queen. That team has lost 2 games in 3 years. They've lost the last 2 years in the first round here at State. Last year at Austin, last night to Jefferson. Here's a pushing foul underneath on Steve Hill.
Steve Hill's his second foul already. He has both Bloomington and Jefferson fouls.
Jefferson, they do not play a lot of players. They only play about 7 or 8 guys. There's a good-looking shot. Up and in by number 50, that's Emholt. He's 6'7". So there's 6'7", 6'5" up front. Daring pass. Steve Hill. What a shot! He had 23 last night. Jefferson leading by 4. Ball deflected. That voice you hear is Jack Evans, the coach of Bloomington Jefferson.
Oh, Tom, that's our official again, and he just fired off 3 quick warnings there again.
Say, a look on the other side. You can see Evans cupping his mouth, too, so it's both of them. We got our microphones are picking them up.
That's 3 times down the floor now that they've given Jefferson 3 pushing warnings.
Jefferson's game is defense. They have given the opposition only 45 a game. St. Cloud Tech's game is defense, giving up 43 a game. It's a very telling figure. You can look at a lot of things, but that's generally what comes out in the wash. Boy, now that is a good-looking shot. Mr. Hill is really tough inside there. He averages 13 a game, and he's a junior. He's the only junior in that starting lineup. St. Cloud Tech, they're all seniors in the starting lineup. A buzz bomber. No good by Johnson. Rebound, Montbriand. Bloomington Jefferson leading 12-6. We're getting down to 25 seconds left to go in the first quarter. 2 well-coached ball clubs again. We're going to have it all day long. Count on it. You get here to state, whether it be the boys' tournament or the girls' tournament, you know how to play and you know how to handle pressure. Kingery, Montbriand, kind of a half jump. Rebound, Hill. And that's the end of the first quarter with a score. Jefferson 14, St. Cloud Tech 6. The methodical Jefferson Jaguars with an 8-point lead after 1 period as we get ready to start quarter number 2. Ready to go. The Jaguars are out there ready to jump. St. Cloud Tech a little bit longer in the huddle under Alan Andriotti. Tech played just a marvelous game yesterday against St. Paul Central. In case you missed it, Duluth East defeated Chaska 72-70 in 3 overtimes. We're still trying to recover. That was an experience, I'll tell you. That game will remain etched in our minds forever. It was well officiated and well played. Montbriand, he is their best ball handler. Lynch, a little bit short. Good position on the rebound there by number 40, Kevin Grody. He's only 6'1", had real good position on that ball. Jefferson 2-3 zone. That's their stock in trade. They say we are defense first. They refer to themselves as a transition team. Snapping the ball around nicely. And there's a good-looking shot up by number 32, Danny Johnson, 5'10" senior. The second one like that he's canned. That's Johnny Lynch. Boy, what a feed. Nelson is fouled. That feed by Lynch was picturesque, and it drew a foul.
We'll see it on the replay here. Look away pass. And Nelson was sharp enough to be looking anyway. He'll get a couple of free throws.
Grody got his first foul, and Nelson hits the free throw. Nelson averages 9 a game. He's a 6'3" senior. And rolled around for a while, tumbled in 16-8. Jefferson. 6:50 remaining in the first half. Cross-court pass, trying to catch that zone out of position. Again, the cross-court pass. Traveling.
Hill, 35 back in.
The Zebras here in the tournament have done well, especially in that last game. There was a call in the 1 overtime when Brad Dudek of Duluth East got a shot off as to whether time had run out. I think most everybody in press row believes the shot was good. We agree. Kicking of the ball, that's a no-no, and Jefferson will inbound. 6:17 remaining first half. substitution, Kingery out. And John Von Eschen, a 5'9" senior guard, comes in. Von Eschen. Jefferson leading 16-8. They are methodical. They're like scientists working with microscopes down there. Paparou, Montbrion. 10-point lead. Jefferson.
That Jefferson zone has really done a good job sealing Tech and keeping him out of their offense.
That is no good by Bott. Rebound, no good. Johnson, and the follow-up is good.
Joe Voigt got it, Tom.
Okay, I was going to ask you because I didn't see it. Joe Voigt. Love having you down there on that bench, I'll tell you. 18-10, Jefferson. Yeah, St. Cloud big up front. Voigt 6'5", Imholt 6'7". Little lob pass. Jefferson really good at getting that ball inside. Traveling, they'll go the other way.
Greg Nelson's going to check in now for Tech.
Timeout on the floor with the score, Jefferson 18 and St. Cloud Tech 10. Back at the Civic Center live, Tom Ryther, Dick Bramer. The second of our 4-game entree for the day. We have 5:02 remaining in the first half. Bloomington Jefferson leading St. Cloud Tech 18-10.
Jefferson 43.
Tech beginning to move back into it. Getting a shot off underneath under heavy traffic is Joe Voigt. He has 6 points here. Tech with a 3/4 court press. They slack off of it. 6-point lead, Jefferson.
Tech really coming out on the zone now, putting a lot of pressure right away.
John Lynch almost lost the ball. Head fake, and a good-looking block in there by Imholt, using his 6'7" frame on the 6'5" Steve Hill. Well, there's a ball that is batted loose and right into the hands of Imholt. He knew what to do with it. We're down now to 4 minutes and a half, and Jefferson's lead is cut to 4.
Tech is doing a good job.
Hill. Rebound Nelson. Rebound Tech.
I was going to say Tech is doing a good job getting it past the first wave in that 2-3 zone. The guards will come out and they'll dump it in underneath. At least that's what they've done the last 2 times down the floor.
These two ball clubs have a lot of similarities. There's a nice-looking shot by Dan Johnson, and we have another ball game. So we knew it was going to be that way. 18-16. The momentum has belonged to Tech in the last 2 minutes. They have used it wisely. That's Johnny Lynch. He got it.
John Lynch scoring.
6 points. His dad, Jake, is the assistant coach at Jefferson. He has a brother, Tim, who is a junior and gets quite a bit of playing time.
There you hear Roy Ward, the official, who's giving all kinds of warnings underneath. And that's the other official, Ned Bergen, who makes the call.
Foul was on Montbrion for Jefferson, his first. Timeout on the floor with a score. Jefferson 20, St. Cloud Tech 16. 2:46 remaining first half. Bloomington Jefferson now seesawing just a bit with the St. Cloud Tech Tigers. Inbounding for Tech, Dan Johnson. Way out on top. Shot is a beauty by number 22. Just came in, Greg Nelson. 6-foot junior. Turnover. And Tech can tie it up. Unhappy Jefferson fan there. Jefferson had a pretty good lead, about 8 points, and Tech is right back in it. Shot good, and we're tied. Greg Nelson. Full court press. Jefferson, their biggest asset is ball handling. I mean, they have good hands. Not a lot of speed, but very rarely mishandle the ball.
You see the gentleman in the dark suit along the sideline as Montbriand hits. That's Maestro Al Andreotti. Looks like he's got a orchestra stick. What do they call those things, Tom? You should know.
Baton?
Yeah.
How in the world I think of that? Hey, maybe he's, that's what Red Auerbach does. Always got the program in his hand. There's a good follow-up by the gigantic Dave Imholt. 6'7", using his size and body control beautifully. And we're tied at 22. A minute 30 remaining first half.
Look at Andreotti. He's on his knees now.
Well, that's a good turn, a maestro. Shot a beauty. Up good Lynch. John Lynch. A minute 10 remaining. First half. Shot no good. Imholt. Jefferson. Shot good. Montbriand. Boy's got that little set shot, kind of a combo between a set and a jumper, and he's deadly. 40 seconds left in the half. Jefferson leading by 4. 30 seconds. Two well-coached teams again. Disciplined basketball teams. Long shot no good by Nelson. Driving Montbriand, yes. And the Jaguars lead at 28-22. They're the kind of team that will just pick away at what little weakness you may have. Quick hands picked up there. Shot no good. And that's the end of the first half with a score. Jefferson 28, St. Cloud Tech 22. All right, we will do it.
St. Paul Civic Center.
We're at halftime. The Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars leading St. Cloud Tech 28-22. Now let's find out more about Bloomington Jefferson.
Jefferson High School, Bloomington. It's all state basketball fans a rousing Jaguar welcome. Come share with us a Jefferson Day, which begins now for some 2,000 students and staff. Since Jefferson's opening in 1970, Dr. Robert Smith, our principal, has supported an educational philosophy in which excellence can be pursued amid a variety of required and elective courses. As a result, in just a few short years, Jefferson students have compiled an impressive record of academic and athletic honors. In this span, we have fielded state champions in debate, soccer, hockey, swimming, gymnastics, skiing, and wrestling. To keep these teams fit and at full strength, both injuries and their prevention are ably provided for with one of the finest trainer programs in the state. And now, we would like you to meet one reason for our basketball successes this year, head coach Jack Evans, who together with assistant coaches Jake Lynch and John Hunter have sparked outstanding Jaguar court performances. Most of us at Jefferson elect not to take a study hall, but instead fill our day with a full complement of classes. To guide guide us through some difficult course choices, we have, in addition to an excellent guidance staff, an advising group composed of some 20 members selected randomly from each grade level. Together with our advisor, we meet every day to learn of upcoming social and athletic events, student government issues, or simply what's for lunch that day. Hey, finally, Jefferson is people, a one-time special grouping with a variety of expectations from our school, our teachers, our classmates, our community. Bloomington, Jefferson, win or lose, we love that blue.
The Columbia Blue of Bloomington Jefferson. This is the 1982 Minnesota State High School Boys Basketball Tournament. We're about ready to go with the second half of play between these two fine teams. And in case you missed it, and we hope you did not, we had a game in the first AA semifinal we are still trying to recover from. That's that triple overtime deal between Duluth East and Chaska that was finally won by Duluth East, 72-70. So they will go to the finals tomorrow night against the winner of this ball game between Jefferson and St. Cloud Tech.
Tom, I was just handed a note here that there were just two other prior three overtime games in the history of the tournament. In the 1966 semifinals, Edina beat Henning 62-52, and in the 1944 Consolation Championship, Mankato beat Virginia 34-33, so we were a part of history this afternoon.
How about that? And the tip is controlled by Jefferson's Kingery. 1-3-1 zone by Tech. Jefferson's Montbriand. Long set shot, back rim. Fast break. 2-on-2. They wisely slow it down. St. Cloud Tech with the ball. Dan Johnson out on top. Feeds it over to Tim Bott. To a big man, and he knows what to do with it. That's Dave Imholt. (28-24) Jefferson. We've just opened the second half. A deliberate game here. Kingery with a good-looking shot. He's a fine young pitcher as well for the Jefferson baseball team. 30-24, feet inside. Guess who? Imholt. 6-7. 30-26 Jefferson. Three-quarter court press for the Tigers from Tech. Nelson with some good faking down there, and he cashes in a couple.
Tom, in the first half, we saw a lot of defense by each team. So far in the second half, we're seeing offense.
You know, I'm not saying that triple overtime game wore down our pal Dick Jonkowski, the broadcaster. Good-looking shot by Dan Johnson. But before the game started, he stood 6'1". He's now about 5'8". Looking a little like Toulouse-Lautrec. Our hats off to those radio guys and those newspaper guys. (32-28) Jefferson. Tell you, they're like doctors with microscopes down there. They just thread the needle, they pick away at you. Ooh, we have a player maybe shaken up. Steve Hill, he gets up.
Dahlquist really decked Hill that time, going for the pass.
Foul on Dahlquist, and that for him is his second. 32-28, Jefferson leading, 5:39 remaining. Nelson from an impossible angle, he almost got it. Imholt, he's a factor under the boards. Working it around against that 2-3 zone. It is in and out. Tip and attempt, no good. Rebound. Looks like a waltz there, and they say Jefferson will get it.
Tim Lynch, 25 back in.
Substitution, Hill goes out.
Tim Lynch checks in for Jefferson.
That's the younger brother of John Lynch. Tim is a 6'4" junior. They don't do much substituting. From the baseline, no good. John Lynch. Tech with the ball. 4:53 remaining, third quarter. Jefferson leading by 4. A methodical ball game here. Short, high into the air, and a foul going to be called on Tech. Joe Voigt was over there doing some lobbying, so I guess it's on him. It is. His first.
Al Andreotti didn't like the call. He went over, got a little sip of water there. Gonna mull things over a little bit. I haven't seen him sit down in his chair yet. They may as well sell the ticket to somebody else.
Montbrion, dangerous speed down under there. That's going to be a traveling, and a good call by the official. Stevie Hill did drag a foot. There you see the maestro, Al Andreotti of St. Cloud Tech, on his knees, motioning as though he's directing a concerto. 32-28 Jefferson. Got the ball in beautifully there. Imholt missed, but then got it back. Dave Imholt with 12. 32-30. Almost an errant pass by Kingery. He gets it back. Say, Tech really playing an aggressive defense now, shoving Jefferson way out.
A little bit too aggressive that time. They got Voigt coming out a little bit too far and got a foul over the back.
And there's a timeout on the floor with the score. Jefferson 32, St. Cloud Tech 30. Back to the color and pageantry of state tournament basketball. Tom Ryther along with Dick Bramer. There you see a cheer just being finished up by the Jaguar Rooters from West Bloomington. Jaguars, John Lynch inbounding, 6'3" senior. He's the mainstay of that ball club. And pretty much shut down here. He doesn't score a lot of points. Steve Hill, great body control by Hill. He was the guy who really inflicted damage on North last night. He had 23 points. Jefferson by 4, and we're down to 3.5 left to go, third quarter. Bounce pass out on top. Shot from the corner is a beauty by number 32, Dan Johnson. And there you see the score. Ooh, almost traveling on Hill. Lynch. Lynch thought about it. Well, he made the right decision. Took him a while, but it all adds up. 36-32. The Jaguars by 4 against the Tigers. Good shot. What a shot by St. Cloud Tech. Joe Voigt. By the way, he got that foul earlier. He has 2 fouls on him. I forgot to tell you that.
Tech has done a good job here in the second half, working the ball around and getting some very good shots off of that Jefferson zone.
Lynch. Montbrion. Kingery. Well, they block him out right now. That zone does not allow access to the lane, which is what it's supposed to be doing. Shut it down. They're giving Jefferson 1 shot. Long jump shot. Short, right into the hands of Nelson. Kerplunk. 2 minutes left to go, third quarter. Jefferson made it to the semifinals of the state hockey tournament before being ousted in a very close game. Ball out of bounds. Jefferson will get it. by the eventual champions, the Edina Hornets.
Number 40 in for St. Cloud.
Coming into the ball game is number 40, Kevin Grody. Going out is 42, Ken Dahlquist for St. Cloud Tech.
I was just watching Al Andreotti. It's kind of strange. He was in his chair, and I counted 2 seconds before he was up again.
Kingery all alone, back rim. That's Lynch. He's fouled. Boy, it can get rough under there.
You'll see the replay here. A nice offensive rebound and a good twisting move underneath by Lynch. And there's really very little that Imholt could do.
Foul was on Imholt, his second. And there you see a magnificent young athlete in John Lynch. Bingo. 3-point lead, Jefferson. Somehow you feel this game's going to be just like that first one. Going to get right down there and probably in overtime.
Oh, I hope not. Oh, yeah.
Hey, we get a free lunch tonight, big press dinner from the Minnesota State High School League, and our hats off to them. Another beautiful job.
Just got the attendance for this afternoon, 13,257. A great crowd on hand. They've seen some great basketball.
Almost lost it. Tech with the ball. We're down to a minute 28. Third quarter. Jefferson by 3. Very deliberate ball game. Both teams working against zones. Snapping it around, getting the open shot. There is an errant pass, and we'll go to Jefferson. The Jaguars in Columbia blue, they call it. Speaking of Columbia, our prayers and our hopes are with our 2 astronauts in the spaceship Columbia. Hill is fouled. They are experiencing communications problems. Foul was on Voigt, his third. They don't want to lose him. He's 6'5". The Columbia is experiencing communications problems, and they're talking about an early landing, and weather problems are sort of causing people to worry about that situation. We got a bulletin from NBC, and that's a great thing about being with NBC because you know they'll keep us updated. Free throw is missed by Hill. For those of you in the Twin Cities, be sure and get all the details from John Bachman on News Center 11. 37-34 as Hill draws a couple of goose eggs at the free throw line on that go-around, and we're under a minute in the third quarter. I understand that we will be going back to NBC for an update shortly. No good. Rebound, 34 seconds. Third quarter. Jefferson. Not a big ball club, but I'll tell you, when they've dusted off all the scoring columns and all the totals, they're here in the semifinals with only 1 loss. They lost the game by 1 point to a fine Burnsville club. 12 seconds. Jack Evans and his squad going for that final gun.
Want the shot now.
Lynch. Rebound. And a foul called against Jefferson. Nelson.
They're going to call it against Nelson for horsing around on the boards, and that's a very costly foul.
We have 2 seconds left, I understand.
We interrupt this program.
Live at the Civic Center. Just opened up the fourth quarter. No basket there. Down under for St. Cloud Tech was Joe Voigt. 37-34, Jefferson is leading. Foul was on Nelson of Jefferson, and that for him. Second foul.
That's also, Tom, just the second team foul on Jefferson, and they are in the bonus. St. Cloud Tech has committed 5 personals this half.
As Dick mentioned, the attendance 13,257. Pretty good. Rebound by Nelson, who had the boards blocked out nicely. We're in the fourth and possibly final quarter. After the last game, we're never going to say final quarter again. We stayed here 3 overtimes. That's John Lynch. The ball is deflected and is pulled out of there. Nicely by Joe Voigt. Tech with the ball. Jefferson with the lead. We're to the 7-minute mark. Ball inside. Scramble. Big, tall guys from Tech. Good rebounders. That was Joe Voigt who got the last shot off, and a foul on Jefferson. It is on John Lynch.
Foul on John Lynch, 43.
First foul on him.
I thought Tech played a very good third quarter and pulled them out to within 3. It was a 6-point spread at the half. I thought they completely dictated the tempo of the game in the third quarter.
Yes, they did. I feel like we were looking at two surgeons operating on one another here, Dick. They're meticulous. Out of the corner. Back rim, no good. That was by Dahlquist. And another foul on Jefferson.
Quickly, the second, third, and fourth team fouls on Jefferson. So now the next one, St. Cloud Tech will be in the bonus. So whatever advantage Jefferson had 30 seconds ago, they've squandered away.
Foul is on Montbrion, his second. Voigt has 3 for Tech. He's the only one who has to be really concerned right now. Jump shot is good. And they're within 1. That is number 32, Johnson, Dan Johnson. Jefferson locked in another tight ball game, just like they were last night with Minneapolis North. And they had a tough battle getting in here to state, beating an excellent Armstrong ball club. Lob pass, Nelson fakes. The tip in by Hill is good. And the pace is picking up. 39-36 Jefferson, 6 minutes left. Feed left side. Out on top. No good by Johnson. Loose ball, Hill. Kingery had a clean path into the front court and then ran into a little opposition. Montbrion, he's their best ball handler. Boy, Lynch has got, talk about being popular, 3 people on him as soon as he gets it. They do not want him to have it. He has to go to the corner to get it. Here's a slap. Kingery, shot blocked. Lynch out on top again. Montbrion, in and out. Rebound. He's looking at Nelson.
Nelson got Imholt on the wrist, I think, going for the rebound. There you see Al Andreotti.
His third foul.
And now we'll go to the other end. We made a point of it that Jefferson was not in any foul trouble. In fact, they had the advantage because they'd only committed 2 team fouls. They pick up 4 quick ones here.
Both teams are playing excellent defense, thus the low-scoring, very tight ball game. Rebound. Jefferson's Nelson. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. 4:55 remaining in regulation time. Errant pass. Montbrion uses his body to get it back by simply putting his body in between he and the defensive player, and then he rescued the ball. Feed underneath to Nelson. He knows how to use that head fake. Ball batted away, and Kingery picks up the rolling bowling ball. 4:24 remaining. 39-36, Bloomington Jefferson. Oh, what a feed inside. Shot's good. What a pass inside.
John Lynch had the ball for a fraction of a second and almost just deflected the ball inside.
8 points for Hill, and the foul is on Voigt for Tech, and that's his 4th, and he is going to be thinking about that. Three-point play for Steve Hill. And a timeout on the floor with a score, Jefferson 42, St. Cloud Tech 36. We're down to 4:14 remaining in regulation time, and Jefferson is leading 42-36. They have led for almost this entire ball game, but St. Cloud Tech has been hanging right in. Tech trying to get the ball in the front court, and they do. That's Johnson underneath. Missing is Voigt. Voigt has to really watch out. He has 4 fouls on him. Lynch slows it down. I tell you, that kid is a smart ball player. He doesn't score a lot of points. Without him, it would be a different ball club. Montbriand to Nelson. Handed the ball, and it was picked off. And look at this, another steal. 2 gifts, one to Tech and one to Jefferson. Almost another one going to Tech. Lynch.
Jefferson obviously being very deliberate with the ball here. 6-point lead with 4:14 to go. They've already walked a minute off the clock.
Montbriand has the best hands on the ball club. Keep that in mind. You want guys out there who can field the ball. Kingery with a nifty bounce pass. Bounce pass exceptionally difficult to intercept. And there's a good feed. Now you see if that had been a bounce pass, that probably would have been intercepted, but it was not. And Dahlquist very alertly grabbed it, and Tech with a big steal right there. Deflection. Jefferson, tenacious defense. Shot no good. We got a foul. It's on Jefferson's Greg Montbriand. We're down to 2.5 minutes.
Montbriand, 33.
To see the foul on the replay, Montbriand is number 33. The foul will come on the rebound.
Imholt shooting.
Calling him for reaching in. Imholt will get a 1-and-1.
Third foul on Montbriand. Good. Big free throw by the big guy. Dave Imholt. He had 16 yesterday in their 20-point victory over St. Paul Central. The winner will go to the finals, where they will go against Duluth East. Kingery out. And I think Tim Lynch, the younger Lynch, comes in. So they get a little more height there. He's 6'4".
Roll 40 back in.
Number 42 goes out for Tech. Dahlquist. I believe that was Brody who just came in. So we have the battle of the minds going on, the substitutions. Big free throw. 42-38. Jefferson. 2.5 minutes left in regulation. I'm never going to say in the game because we just left the 3 overtime game. Steal Tech. Batted away. Jefferson gets it back. We're down to 2:21. Timeout on the floor with a score. Jefferson 42, St. Cloud Tech 38. Dick, are you noticing how this game resembles that first one? We're just kind of lulled along until right about this time, and we wound up with 3 overtimes.
One big difference, though, Tom, and I'm sure you know, is the fact that this is much more of a defensive game than an offensive game.
Yes. You have defensive specialists down there. As I said, a couple of surgeons operating on one another. Bad pass, and Tech will get it back. They trail by 4. We have 2:09 left.
Quickly, both teams making a substitution. Coming in for Bloomington Jefferson, Kingery, and for St. Cloud Tech, Ken Dahlquist.
Dahlquist back in for St.
Dahlquist replacing Brody, I believe.
At the line, maneuvering Johnson, shot short, right into the hands of Nelson. That's 2 rebounds he's gotten like that today, where they just kind of kerplunk right off the rim into his hands. 1:48 remaining in regulation. Kingery Right now, it's a ball handler's game. Who has the hands? Lob pass to Hill. Feet underneath, intended for Nelson. And it's knocked out of bounds. Was knocked out of there by Voigt. Or do we have a foul call? We do. No, it was on Greg Nelson.
I have the feeling that if Jefferson's going to hold on and win this game, they're going to have to drop some free throws.
Free throw by Nelson is good. Greg Nelson committed the foul. And at the free throw line for Jefferson is Mark Nelson, not to confuse you. Had me confused. Rebound. St. Cloud Tech, we're down to a minute 30. 5-point lead, Jefferson. Quick speed inside, Imholt. Rebound, foul.
Good call by the official. Imholt missed the shot, followed his shot, which you are supposed to do, but he really piled on. Imholt will get a turnaround in the lane here. Shot will come off the rim. You'll see it come off and then crash in and climb on the back.
Third foul on Imholt. .122 left. Nelson, rebound, John Lynch, up with a big shot, no good. And rebound Tech. And a foul on Jefferson. It might be on Kingery. It is. That's his first.
You'll see the foul again. It came on a follow-up shot. Free throw no good. Lynch will get a follow-up shot. It comes off. The rebound and the foul by Kingery.
At the free throw line. And missing is Joe Voigt. And the Jaguars.
Tell you, that's a pretty gutsy rebound by Kingery. He took it away from two taller guys.
See, their ball club is amazing to me, period. They're up against bigger teams, faster teams. They've only lost one game all year, and that was by 1 point. They are within a couple of points of perfection. We're under a minute. A dangerous feed, and Nelson is fouled. And I think Voigt got him. If he did, then he would be out of the game. Foul is on Voigt, and he is out of the game.
Tom, do I dare take my position down in the corner? Last time I did it with a 4-point lead for Duluth East. We ended up going 3 overtime.
Yeah, you would now. You stood there an hour.
I think I'll take a gamble. We'll talk to the winning coach after the game.
Okay.
Dahlquist back in.
Dahlquist in for St. Cloud Tech. Replacing big Joe Voigt, who has fouled out. He had 8 points. Dan Johnson is leading Tech with 12. Nelson, big free throw. Got it! Not a lot of people thought Jefferson would possibly be heading into the finals, but they may be doing it. 45-38. Out on top, Johnson. They having a hard time getting a shot. Johnson in and out. Rebound, Nelson. He's fouled. I think number 42 got him. Dahlquist. Or is it number 40? Yeah, 40 and 42 walking down the court together. It is on Dahlquist. The old eagle eye got him again. Number 3 on Dahlquist. Say both of these teams, they are a credit to control, disciplined basketball coaching. Nelson again. In and out. We're down to 30 seconds. 7-point lead, Jefferson. Johnson. Shot out of the side of beauty by Dahlquist. That only took 6 seconds. We have 24 seconds left. And Jefferson leading 45-40, so they holding on to a lead.
You are
24 seconds left in regulation. Jefferson leading 45-40. And I am so hesitant to make any kind of commitment on this game because several times when we thought that Chaska was going to win the last game, and then we thought that Duluth East was going to win. It kept going back and forth. We had 3 overtimes before Duluth East finally won it 72-70. Are we headed that way again?
24.
It could be. You can just about bet your boots a quick foul is going to be coming up here. Montbrown, he'll in trouble in the corner. And who do they foul but none other than John Lynch.
Foul on Bott, 24.
Bott got the foul. First foul on him. He was the designated fouler. John Lynch, who you generally would think is not the guy you want at the free throw line if you're the other team. Lynch missed it. Rebound Tech. They can get closer. Trying to work the ball in there, eating up a lot of time here. Good defensive play by Steve Hill. He knocked it right out of the hands of Ken Dahlquist. 9 seconds left. 5-point Jefferson lead. Ball almost stolen. And a foul is called on Jefferson. It's on Kingery. Second on him. 7 seconds left. So that ate up a couple. Or do they give it to Nelson? Okay, they did. His fourth, and the free throw by Imholt is good. Would you believe it? 45-41 now, Jefferson. If Imholt hits this, Tech is going to have to foul right away. And that strategy has worked thus far. He missed it. And a whistle and a foul is called on Tech. A big call there. It's on Dahlquist.
42, Bott.
His fourth.
24 back in.
That ate up a second, so we have 6 seconds left. And Jefferson with that 4-point lead. That's Jack Evans. Bloomington Jefferson. Veteran coach. His team won the state championship in '76. In that great final game with Hibbing.
Okay. 1-1.
1-1 now. Steve Hill. Junior up and got it. And that will just about do it. Misses it. 5 seconds. 3. They're going to let him come right on in. He does and drops it in. That was Przybilla, I think. Or was it Bott? Timmy Bott got the basket. And the Jefferson Jaguars are foiling the experts. They're into the finals against Duluth East tomorrow night. And that's the end of the game. With the score, the amazing Jefferson Jaguars 46 and St. Cloud Tech, the Tigers, 43.
Bloomington Jefferson will advance to the finals in Class 2A with their win this afternoon over St. Cloud Tech. Jack Evans is with us, and Jack, Tom and I both commented during the game that in the early game, the first game this afternoon, we saw a lot of offense, and both of us expected a lot of defense from both teams this afternoon.
Well, that's true. We looked at their defense and our offense. We matched up almost perfectly. We gave up about 44 points a game. That's what they did. We got about 60 a game. That's about what they've been averaging. So we thought we're going to match up, but it's like a scrimmage.
Yeah. We were trying to think, you and I, before during the break here, about whether Tech had ever had the lead, and I don't think they did unless it was very early in the game. It seemed like a couple of times they trimmed the lead to 2, but they couldn't get that key basket when they needed it.
Right, I think probably they tied it up, but I don't think they ever really did take the lead. But just felt like it.
Yeah. It must have been hard coming back from a very tough, very emotional game like last night. You had a great fourth quarter, and I'm sure everybody was up, but you had to turn right around and play again the next afternoon.
Well, that's right. It was about 15 hours, but the alternative was a little bit worse than that, so it wasn't that bad, I guess.
Was it difficult? We had a whale of a game in the first game, and we had 3 overtimes, and you had to sit down in the locker room, and you had to wait, and I'm sure you try to psych your players up and everything, get them out, take the floor, and they had to keep waiting for it for about an extra half hour. Was that hard at all down there?
Well, it was, but I guess it was the same in the other locker room, too. Well, we just told our kids, we've got to be patient. We'll take the floor when the time comes. So.
I'm sure you did not see the end of that game, but you've got to go against Duluth East. You saw them during the first half. The championship game, you're going to have to contend with the big guy.
Well, that's right, and we're going to have our work cut out for us, but it's really a pleasure to be here. We're going to give it all we have tomorrow.
Jack, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thomas, Bloomington Jefferson against Duluth East in the finals in Class 2A tomorrow. Should be a great game.
Really, I'm looking forward to it. I think we have nothing but great games lined up, and the final on that was 46-43. Dick Jonkowski, veteran broadcaster in Minnesota for KSSM Radio in Shakopee, and I think one of the really great sports minds in the state of Minnesota, a historian, if you will. Does that surprise you that we have the final between the Giants from Duluth East and a team that really nobody thought would get into the finals, except me maybe, Bloomington Jefferson?
Well, Tom, actually, I thought Duluth East, I realized, had a good shot coming in because of the fact Dudek is so tough to handle underneath. 7-footer, and a lot of people thought it would be possibly Duluth East against Minneapolis North, I think, coming in. But Jefferson did a great job last night on North. I'm really impressed with the coaching job of Jack Evans. And I think they're going to give Duluth East a tough ball game tomorrow night. I really do.
You know, again, most people are going to be saying, well, you know, you have Duluth East, they got a 7-footer, and they have a guy 6'6", and they're big, and Jefferson's not that big, but they've only lost one game. They lost one game to Burnsville by 1 point. They beat a great Armstrong team to get here. They got to have something, and we're seeing that today. They're like surgeons out there.
They really are. They do a heck of a job, and I'm always impressed anyway with the Lake Conference. Burnsville had a good ball club this year. I think that was 38-36, that score that Jefferson lost by, the only loss of the season. And it's going to be a good matchup. I'm just sorry that naturally that Chaska's not in there, but that 3 overtime game, 10 years from now, 40,000 people will say they were here to see it. You can be sure of that.
Got some smiling faces standing off camera, and among them, my daughter, having gone to Jefferson High School. I guess I could let that. Hey, I was right down the middle today. Did you notice that?
Say, you are very unbiased. I can't say that about myself when I'm doing radio because everybody knows who I'm for, but you did a heck of a job, I thought.
It's a little bit different in radio. Here in television, we're reaching sort of a statewide thing, and there's no way in the world. I mean, that would be so unfair to have somebody, you know, going one way or the other. And quite honestly, I was just glad that Jefferson was in the state tournament, period. But when you do radio, you're doing games for a given city. The commercials are generally sold in that city,
exactly.
And your bread is buttered there.
Exactly. Tom, one thing I want to point out about the 7-footer, everybody asked if some of the big men in the past tournaments, how they compare to Brad Dudek.
Yes.
Well, in 1955, Dick Peterson from Ortonville was here. He was about 6'9", and Bill Rage in 56 from Aurora, 6'10", and of course Ron Johnson in 55 and 56, 6'7". But as an overall ability, using both right and left hand, Dudek might be a little more advanced than Randy Brewer was at this time. In fact, I'm sure he probably is.
You know, speaking of all those the players of the past, let me look at the Class A board here. What do you think of the Montgomery-Lonsdale-Winona Connor game tonight in round 1 of Class A semifinals at 7 o'clock?
Montgomery's got a great ball club, very well coached by Butch Manning, former star of Melrose in the state tournament, so a good left-hand shooter. And they're going to be tough. Connor with John Nett. Every year he comes up with a great team. I don't know how he does it. He's fantastic. A lot of Polish people, by the way, in Winona, I should mention, too.
You would pick that out, wouldn't you? Mr. Jonkowski
but
there.
Montgomery is 7 miles from where I went to high school, New Prague, and the Kolotsky capital of the world, and you know they're going to be out there battling. And then in the second game, Chisholm with Tommy McDonald. The Tommy McDonald you and I remember was the great flanker for the Philadelphia Eagles. But this guy is making Minnesota people think about somebody brand new.
That's right. How do you compare McDonald with the Ron Johnsons and some of the prolific scorers of days gone by?
Well, he's a guard, of course, but I remember the best guard of the tournament of recent years, Davey Meisner out of Cloquet in 74, and also we've had some great shooters, Jimmy Brown of Brainerd in 58, and the one that people all remember is Tommy Kezar from Austin. They used to say Kezar with radar because he'd shoot 27-footers and hit them. just fantastic.
Keys are with radar.
It's radar because they go in.
I love it. Historian Dick Jonkowski even has a museum for sports out in Shakopee. This is the 1982 Minnesota State High School Boys Basketball Tournament. I have about a minute left, and very quickly, Dick, I'd like to have a prognostication on who's going to be in the Class A finals tomorrow night.
Well, I really think it's tomorrow afternoon. It'll be
tomorrow afternoon.
It'll be.
No, well, I'm glad he reminded me. I wouldn't have been here.
Tom, I really think it's got to be Chisholm because as far as I'm concerned, Old McDonald has a team. I'll tell you, he's got a heck of a ball club. Bob McDonald really does. They'll beat Winona. I think they'll beat Winona in the final game.
All right. Keys are with radar.
Yes, they also had Manley Osborne, Clayton Reed. I could go on, but it's really enjoyable. I really enjoy being with you, Tom.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Well, we'll probably be talking to you from time to time as the tournament goes on. Dick, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to quickly give you the scores. This has been an unbelievable day of basketball here. For a while, it looked like Chaska was on its way to the AA finals. It did not work out that way as Duluth East came back. This game seesawed back and forth. They went three overtimes, and Duluth East finally won it by a score of 72-70. So those two teams played a total of 8 quarters and 3 overtimes, and only 3 points separated them. That's what you call close, very close match teams. Then we have St. Cloud Tech, an excellent ball club today, but Jefferson, as I kept referring to them as the surgeons, they just kept operating and picking away, not making many mistakes, and they have surprised a lot of people by beating North last night and St. Cloud Tech today, so it'll be Columbia Blue of Bloomington Jefferson against Duluth East tomorrow night for the AA Championship. Now, we'll be on the air at 7 o'clock tonight with the A semifinals, Montgomery Lonsdale, Winona Cotter, and Westbrook against Chisholm. That's it, the final score for that game. Jefferson 46 and Duluth, or rather St. Cloud Tech 43.